Last year was basically the party of the century for gamers. Think of it as the gaming world's own version of a star-studded gala, featuring the likes of Baldur's Gate 3 strutting down the red carpet, Alan Wake 2 making a dramatic entrance, Diablo 4 crashing the party with its entourage, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom floating in like gaming royalty. And just when you thought, how are they gonna top that shindig? This year winks and says, hold my controller. We kick things off with The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, dropping like a hot new single, setting the tone for the epic playlist of 2024. And oh boy, the lineup has fans buzzing more than a caffeine-fueled gamer on a midnight launch. Princess Peach Showtime promises to flip the script on Damsel in Distress Tales, turning it into a headline tour. Then there's Star Wars Outlaws, which feels like someone tossed Star Wars and a pinch of Space Cowboy into a blender and hit the pure awesomeness button. Now, for the main act of this shindig, April 2024's dropping some hotly anticipated titles. And believe me, these aren't just any old games. They're the kind you mark your calendar for. The ones that make you consider calling in sick to work or school. So, grab your favorite snacks, make sure your gaming chair is at the perfect angle, and prepare for a month where the real world might just have to wait. Imagine 4 teenagers who probably should have been doing their homework, but instead find themselves playing a real-life version of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Only in this version, they're not in a movie directed by Joe Johnston, but rather in a backyard so massive, even their secrets have secrets. Obsidian Entertainment, the folks who once had you laughing with South Park, The Stick of Truth, are now tossing you into the great outdoors. Except you're ant-sized, and spiders are basically the size of SUVs. Here's the kicker. For those who scream at the sight of a spider, the game's got a nope button that turns those 8-legged freaks into slightly less terrifying blobs. On April 16, 2024, get ready to scurry around with your tiny gang on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5, because size really doesn't matter when you're trying to avoid becoming insect lunch.
Oh, and weapons! You'll probably need some weapons.
Next up, we have Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. It's like someone took your childhood, sprinkled it with modern magic, and then multiply it by 100. Rabbit and Bear Studios, powered by the hopes, dreams, and wallets of their Kickstarter backers, are bringing the JRPG glory days back on April 23, 2024. With a party that's more crowded than a clown car, you can either be the strategic mastermind or let your AI buddies do all the heavy lifting. Either way, you're in for a treat with pixel-perfect sprites that'll make your heart do a pixelated backflip of joy. Imagine Back to the Future met the Lion King, and they decided to make a Metroidvania game. That's Tales of Kinzera for you. Abubakar Salim, aka the voice behind Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins, was like, let's blend Bantu culture with cosmic powers, because why not? You're juggling 2 characters bonded by grief, proving once and for all that time travel and emotional turmoil are a match made in gaming heaven. Set for an April 23, 2024 release, this game will take you on a roller coaster of feelings and adventure, without the actual roller coaster part. Have you ever thought Soulsborne games are great, but what if crabs? Well, someone did, and now we have another crab's treasure. It's as if Dark Souls and The Little Mermaid had a baby, and that baby loved hoarding trash. Krill the hermit crab is on a quest not just for any treasure, but to reclaim his home shell from the clutches of oceanic debt collectors. With an arsenal that includes forks and knives, because why fight with swords when you can stab with cutlery? This game is setting sail for your heart on April 25, 2024. Manor Lords is what happens when someone takes The Sims Medieval, cranks up the realism, and throws in a bit of Age of Empires for good measure. This game is all about building your medieval dream home, managing peasants, and occasionally sending them to fight your neighbor because they looked at your castle funny. All of this is brought to you by a solo developer who probably didn't sleep much. Gear up for some serious lordship on April 26, 2024. Ever thought Mad Max could use more demons and maybe a sprinkle of Dragon Ball? Sandland is your fever dream come to life. With Akira Toriyama at the helm, expect a world so dry you'll need a drink just looking at it. Here, you'll team up with a demon prince and a sheriff to hunt for a mythical spring in vehicles that Mad Max would envy. Customizable combat vehicles? Check. Demonic skill tree? Double check. Coming to quench your thirst for adventure on April 26, 2024. Picture a world where Mario Party and Demon Slayer had a crossover episode. That's Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba sweep the board for you. This isn't your typical board game night. It's a battle royale with demons, where friendship might just be the first casualty. Swap out Princess Peach for Tanjiro Kamado, and trade Rainbow Roads for demon-infested trails. This party is starting on Nintendo Switch on April 26, 2024, and it's going to be a slashing good time.
Roll the dice to advance on the board and head for the destination marked by Kasugai Crow. Climb the course ranks by collecting rank points.
Finally, Sea of Thieves is making its grand entrance to the PlayStation 5, and it's about time. This game lets you live out your pirate fantasies without the risk of scurvy or the hassle of finding a parrot that won't insult your guests. Whether you're a lone wolf on a sloop or part of a galleon crew, the high seas are calling. Get ready to set sail on April 30th, 2024, and discover whether you're more of a treasure hunter or a sea monster snack.
Includes everything from the deluxe edition, plus the Dark Warsmith ship set, the Dark Warsmith costume, and the diabolical dog pet.
So there you have it, folks, a whirlwind preview of 2024's hottest games, served with a side of chuckles. Whether you're shrinking down to ant size, exploring mystical lands, or setting sail on the high seas, one thing's for sure, it's going to be an unforgettable ride. And remember, in the world of video games, the only limit is your imagination, and maybe your gaming budget. That's all for today, gamers. If you liked the video, subscribe, activate the bell, and destroy the like button. See you in the next video.